Hey guys, Allison here. I have a question for you. What do you really need? I'm going to say it a different way. What do you really need? We can go to those extremes of, well, we need food, air, shelter, water, clothing, and that's it. And that's kind of depressing because Jesus said we're more than that, what we ought to eat or what we ought to wear, right? Or we go to an extreme where everything we want becomes a need. Right? I need an updated iPhone. I need every bell and whistle on a new car. Those are nice things to have, nothing wrong with it, but they're not actually needs. Now, I think if we look at the question of what do we need, what do you specifically need, it's a very personal question because God has a plan for you to be the best version of who you are supposed to be. And why do we want to be the best version of who we are supposed to be? Because we want to make an impact. All right, whether it's a small impact, a little ripple in our own family, our community, in the workplace, or maybe it's a little bit bigger impact, all right, in the community at large, or maybe it's supposed to make a global impact. Now, most of us are not going to make a global impact, but we are supposed to be starting ripples of goodness. Right? You go to the supermarket, compliment somebody, be present to all that's good, beautiful, and true. But I think what we need to do is get in touch with what our own needs are. We're living in a world where we're bombarded with messages, especially in social media, of what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to like. We're in the party scene, right? But I think to ask yourself a few questions to get in touch with who am I? All right? So many people are not aware of it. I remember a lady many years ago in therapy that she was somewhat unaffirmed. She kind of fell through the cracks. A lovely woman, probably in her 60s, had grown children, loving husband, and they had redone their house and their son was living with them. And she said, I did everything in blue because that's my son's favorite color. So I said, well, what's your favorite color? And she went, I don't know, I guess I like blue. And it was very telling to me that, she never sat to say, what do I like and why? And I think it's important that we ask ourselves those questions to get to know who we are. Now, obviously, what your favorite color is not the most important thing in the world. It's nice to know about it, right? It's nice to know what turns you on, what turns you off, right? So here are a few questions that I'd like you to ask yourself and maybe even write out, like, who are you? All right, if you were to write out a statement, who am I? What would you write? I think that's a worthy exercise, all right? Another question, what makes you tick? What energizes you, all right? What is it that turns you on and really motivates you? And sometimes we don't know. We have to look at our day and our week and say, when do I feel energized and happy? And when do I feel really dragged down? And then look at what we're doing in those times. All right, some of us hate paperwork. It drags me down. I hate it. Doing a video, love it. So what is it that really turns you on, all right, makes you tick? The other question is, what really ticks you off, all right? We all have frustrations, and a lot of us are very ticked off these days because we're seeing so much horrible stuff going on in the world. But the question to ask yourself is, what need of mine may be being frustrated right now? Now, of course, we have a need for righteousness and justice that's being frustrated right now. But those little pinpricks, those little things during the day that drive us crazy, maybe we're living with people who are not that neat, and it really aggravates you. Maybe you have a need for order. Maybe that's how you work the best in your day. I know for me, I need to have the bed made in the morning. If I know it's not made, even if I'm not looking at it, I like to have things settled, neat, and organized, and I function better. Not everybody's like that. What do you like? What do you need on a daily basis? What is your dream? All right, if the sky were the limit, who would you want to become? What did you want to be when you were a kid? Are there still seeds of that inside you that may be, choked off by the weeds of the world? Get in touch with that because God has a great plan for you. He wants you, number one, to be happy. All right, He came that you may have joy and have it to the full. So we need to start to get in touch with what we actually need to thrive. All right, we don't want to leave it with those basics of, food, shelter, air, water. Boring, all right, necessary, but he wants us to be who we're supposed to be, so we all need something different. If you, let's say, are an extrovert and you recharge your battery being at a party with people, great, know that and start building that into your life. If you're more of an introvert like myself, I love being around people, but there's a limit. I need then to recharge my battery by myself. I need quiet time. I actually like doing the dishes because it's quiet and I can think, and that's when ideas come to me and things get settled in my mind. So what do you need? I think that's a worthy thing to look at, especially now during Lent and in the Easter season. What do I need? How can I become the person that God is calling me to be? Now, working with a coach can be super helpful in this regard because coaches are trained to ask you those important questions to help you to get in touch with those things, all right? Because some of you might be listening saying, I don't know how I'm going to figure this out. Working with a coach, all right? What do you want to accomplish? You want to become the best version of yourself, and maybe you want to, start a business and you've never figured out how to do that, or have a better relationship, or have a more organized home. A coach can help you to answer the right questions to help you get in touch with that, because God wants you to thrive. He wants you to be vibrant. He needs us right now to be lights in the world. And we can't be lit up if we don't know what we need, all right? But what we need to be the best version of ourselves. So consider it. Go on CatholicLifeCoaches.com. Take a look at the coaches that we have listed there. There are different categories you can explore. It's something I think that is a great investment in becoming the best you, which is a great investment in impacting the world around you. All right, we want to be those people that at our funeral, people come out of the woodwork and tell stories of the good impact we made quietly. All right, we want to make those impacts sometimes quietly, not blowing the horn. But we want to be a force for good. And now more than ever, folks, as Christians, we need to be the best versions of ourselves so that we can make that impact and take this world back and turn it around. So hope you find that helpful. Check out my free report, Live a Life of Purpose and Joy, how a Catholic life coach can move you from ordinary to extraordinary. And please like and share this video and share it with a friend. Hope you find that helpful. God bless you.